God is saying to you today, someone is going through your old pictures and it is making them depressed because they think about how much they miss you and how much time has passed since you left. They just can't seem to get their head around how much time has passed since you were last there. They are unable to fathom how much time has gone since you were last there. While they are doing this, they are reflecting on all of the amazing experiences that you and this other person has spent time with them in the past and how much fun they have had together. Specifically, they are thinking about how much fun they have had together. They blame themselves for putting a wedge between you and them, and they have never stopped imploring God to bring you back into their lives after the split. You caused this despite the fact that you were the one who drove the wedge. They are worried by the idea that the distance between you and them has been increased as a direct result of their activities. You are about to enter a period of significant development and change that will have a big influence on every part of your life, and it will begin right now as you set off on your new trip. This period of time will last for quite some time, so it is important that you remain open and adaptable throughout it. As a result of the length of time that this period of time will take up, it is important for you psychologically preparing yourself for the next changes. Will not only be exciting, but they will also be difficult nonetheless in the end. They will bring you to a position where you feel more pleased with your life and have a bigger purpose to live for as you begin out on the journey that is your life. You will unquestionably come into touch with a great number of blessings that will improve the caliber of your existence in a number of different and unique ways. They will bring with them a sense of joy and fulfillment that will reverberate powerfully throughout your own being, just as your own soul will do the same for them. Consequently, you should make the most of your good fortune by welcoming it with open arms in order to derive the greatest benefit possible from it. It is nothing short of remarkable to be able to see the great number of positive energy that you have been sending out into the world around you, and it has been a wonderful privilege to be able to do so because I have had the chance to do so. If you believe in God, please show your support by liking and sharing this video. It has not gone unnoticed that you are unflinchingly committed to spreading joy and compassion, and it is abundantly evident that your efforts are creating enormous advantages as a direct result of those efforts. This is demonstrated by the fact that the effort you put in has not been wasted in any way. We appreciate the fact that you have always put the needs of others ahead of your own requirements. It is really encouraging to observe how your cheerful attitude and deeds are having an effect on the people in your local neighborhood, and it should not come as a surprise to learn that this optimistic energy is returning to you 10 times stronger than it was before. It may be really inspiring to see how your positive attitude and actions are having an effect on the individuals in your immediate neighborhood. You should realize that the things you are doing are genuinely making a difference in the world, since you are doing an incredible job, which is why you should be aware of this fact. Maintain the high quality of your work. You can show your love and blessings towards God by giving thanks up to $100. It is imperative that we pick our words with care because they have the opportunity to become a part of our actual experience, because the words we choose to say have the potential to become a part of our actual experience. It is important that we choose our words to speak. Every time we speak, we release a 1 of a combination of energy and 6 vibration into the space around us. As a result, we have the ability to influence the fundamental characteristics of the surrounding environment. When it comes to the way in which we communicate with both ourselves and other people, I hope this brings you some measure of relief if this has made things more difficult for you. Please accept my apologies. I humbly want you to please accept my apologies. It is essential to keep in mind that the universe is continuously working in your favor as you negotiate the twists and turns that are unavoidably a part of despite. The fact that you may be intent on climbing to the top of the mountain, taking a break will allow you to take in the beauty of your surroundings. To put it another way, this suggests that it is necessary to take a break every so often. If you do this, you will be able to totally immerse yourself in the experience. Nevertheless, it is vital to keep in mind that the road to success is not always a straight one as you strive toward the fulfillment of your dreams and wishes. If you do this, you well of reasons. These instances are referred to as falling into place just as they should, and when they do occur, it is a feeling that is rather akin to that of total enchantment when you are in the midst of experiencing it. It is almost as if everyone in the world has worked together to bring you to the precise location you need to be at the precise moment you need to be there, surrounded by the precise individuals. You need to meet those times when it hits you like a ton of bricks that you are doing. You feel more connected to your higher power as you sleep. You will feel more connected to the divine as a result of this, and you will also have a higher chance of going asleep. As a direct result of this, you will have a heightened sense of connection to a force that is bigger than yourself. It is essential to make prayer a constant part of your daily routine, since this is one of the most significant things you can do. It is essential that you engage in the act of devotion known as prayer on a daily turned in your favor, and things are starting to fall into place for you, since it represents the culmination of all of your hard work, unending commitment, and unrelenting result to achieve success. This affirmation was written with the intention of serving as a wellspring of motivation and support for you as you proceed down the course that you have selected. While you are on your journey, you should make sure that you are prepared to cope with a broad variety of unplanned occurrences, since someone and respected is of the highest significance to make a concentrated effort to be here and now, to be completely involved in whatever it is that you are doing, and to be aware of the world around you. Putting out this effort is of the utmost importance. It seems as though the days, weeks, and months are passing through our fingers like grains of sand, and we are left wondering where all of the time is gone, despite how quickly it seems that time is passing. We are left wondering where it has gone. Why today existence to the most significant victories and defining moments of your life's journey. As a result, have a good attitude, keep your head held high, and proceed with self-assurance, knowing that The future is going to be a good one. It is going to be full of promise if you begin each new day with an optimistic outlook and an open heart. You will without a doubt discover that the universe is filled to the brim with amazing gifts that are just waiting for you to discover them and put them to able to overcome any fears or anxieties that may be preventing you from moving forward. If you carry out these steps, you will be allowed to go on to the next step and make the deliberate decision to believe in the boundless potential of your soul and everything it has in store for you. Rather than allowing it to drag you down, this will prevent the critical voice of the ego from bringing you down. It is vital to maintain the practice of engaging in activities that are compatible with those values. Is of the greatest significance that you make the effort to watch this video in its entirety, as it may very well include the information that will enable you to achieve the blessings for which you have been praying. If you do not make the effort to view the movie in its entirety, it is of the utmost importance that you do not find a comfortable seat, propping your feet up and allowing yourself to be enlightened by the words of information and comprehension that are provided in this movie are the vantage of all the kindness that is about to come our way, and let us make the most of the very various gifts that are going to make our lives better in a variety of different ways. Let us get ourselves ready to take advantage of all the goodness that is about to come our way. In addition to this, let us make the most of the many possibilities that are going to be presented to us in the future. The all-powerful One has engaged in conversation with us and imparted some of the wisdom and insight needed to acknowledge that life can be challenging and difficult at times. Instead then fixating incessantly on the negative parts of the situation, we should make a concerted effort to redirect our attention to the positive aspects of the situation instead. It is possible that by doing so we may be able to build a more positive vision and outlook on life in both of these aspects, having the potential to eventually contribute to increased levels of happiness and a sense of success on our part. My dear friend, that I would be a continuous source of support and companionship for you regardless of the challenges and adversities that may come our way. This is a promise that I will keep no matter what challenges and adversities may come out. No matter what happens, you can count on me to be there for you. I have never guaranteed or promised anybody that their life would be free of difficulties, and I have also never guaranteed or promised anyone that their life would be free of difficulties. It insists in the face of any challenge that may be thrown our way. If we obtain a grasp of its significance and learn its meaning during times of bewilderment and isolation, the temptation to give into thoughts of being lost and alone is high, and this may be a trap that many people fall into. It is all too easy to give into these sentiments. It is essential to keep in mind, however, that despite these emotions, it is possible to triumph over them even though we are unable to see God at all times. It is of takes. As a result, let us not waver in our trust in the unchanging presence of the Lord in our lives, or in our confidence in Him. Do not waver in your resolve. It is a commonly held idea that the divine entity known as God, who is loved and worshipped by a huge number of people, has a distinct and unique plan for the existence of each and every person. This view stems from the fact that many people believe that God created the universe and everything, and we may experience a sense of aimlessness and lack, that we are making progress toward achieving the objective that was envisioned for us. When we were originally created, the Lord in all of His profound wisdom and love has made it is known to you that He is aware of the plan that He has for you, and He has for you, and He has made this known in all of His wide comprehension. These tactics are not meant to cause you pain or financial ruin, rather they are intended to offer you wealth and hope for the future. They are not designed to cause you misery at all times. The idea that we can always start again with a clean slate and a fresh start regardless of how far we may have gone from our principles is one that may offer a feeling of tranquility to our thoughts. The concept that we can always start over with a blank slate and a fresh start can be found here because of the compassion and mercy of God do not dictate the course of our future. Let us take solace in the knowledge that God is always ready and eager to forgive us, and let us make it to rough our own efforts. Rather, it is a gift that God has bestowed upon us we cannot take credit for, in spite of the challenges and issues that may appear in our life. We can take consolation in the knowledge of the peace of God. God will always be accessible to us. You may take comfort in the fact that during the entirety of your life, God, the Almighty Creator of the universe, will never abandon you or leave your side. This is something that you can take to heart and use as a source of hope. You are able allows us to take comfort in the fact that we serve a God who never backs out of His promises. God has never failed to fulfill any of the promises that He has made to anybody, including the pledges that He made to Abraham, the prophecies that He proclaimed through the lips of the prophets, and the assurance that He issued to His followers. In fact, God has never failed to fulfill any of the commitments that He has made to anybody. As a consequence of this, we are able to put our hope. All faith in Him deserves the divine entity well. Instead, the divine entity does not have any inclination to engage in any of these activities. It is not in His nature to deal with us in a manner that is proportionate to the seriousness of our trespasses, nor is it in His nature to take retribution that is commensurate to the wrongs we have done. Neither is it in His nature to punish us in a manner that is comparable to the gravity of our misdeeds. In the same spirit, He is unable to mete out punishment that is with the challenges we face. In reality, this is never the case. We are never completely isolated in the challenges that we face, despite the fact that it may feel that way at times. The holy presence of God is constant with us, and it is ready to bestow upon us the fortitude and confidence we need to win over any challenge that may be hurled in our direction. This presence is always ready to bestow upon us the fortitude and confidence we need to overcome. If we have His unflinching support and direction, we are able to discover the inner fortitude to persist even when we are confronted with the most trying of circumstances, and as a consequences. Subscribe the channel and type Amen if you believe.